Well, hello there, guys. Welcome to some more Ultimate General Gettysburg. No, Ultimate General Civil War. My goodness, I'm getting confused. So, guys, I'm so glad that I have such awesome subscribers because you guys were thinking exactly what I was, and that is that there's no point in keeping these guys over here. There's just not. We're supposed to hold Nashville East Pike and West Pike, and they're both over here, as far as I can tell. There's one here, and there's one. Wait a minute. There's one there. Well, now we really... There we go. Yeah, there's another one there. So we're going to move these guys back to base. We're going to get the hell out of here. I don't even care if there's Confederates coming this way. I'm not even going to leave Gross here. I think he would be much better used here in the center to defend against Confederate attack. We can actually already see some Confederate cavalry kind of scouting our position. And I think they probably realize what we realize, that there's no reason in hanging out in this area because all that's going to happen is we're going to get shot up. So we're going to send these guys back to the main defensive points, and I'm hoping that this army can hold Stones River, also known as 2nd Murfreesboro, much better than anticipated. I'm actually going to put standard facing this direction, so if the enemy even tries to cross this river, they're going to get smashed. Stanley, of course, is arriving as well, which is pretty cool. We got some supplies over here, which I'm going to send here. And we're going to have Stanley sort of reinforce our men. We're going to put Church here as well. And I'm basically just going to make a really high amount of cannons, large amount of cannons to hang out in this area and hopefully blow away any Confederates that try to cross either way. Of course, we're going to put some boys over here in the woods. We know how well that works. But we're playing as the Federals, and we do know that the Confederates are very good at charging these areas and making short work of our men. So we're going to have to do everything we can to hold these guys together. We've already got McCook, we've got Thomas, we've got Crittenden and Stanley, a bunch of generals that can give us defensive bonuses. And I'm thinking that this is the perfect place to defend. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Obviously, the Confederate cavalry could be a problem later, but I'm not going to bother with it. I might send just one of our cavalry units to sort of scout this area, like Foreman, because he's really not going to be doing much. He's got 92 soldiers with him. That's not enough to really withstand any sort of assault. But just look at this amazing defensive line. I mean, this looks pretty solid. I don't see the enemy really breaking through here, so I'm hoping that this is good enough to keep them back. Loomis I'm keeping here, but I do plan to move some more artillery right here across the river just to await that Confederate assault and hopefully hold out long enough to win. If you guys are enjoying the Ultimate General Civil War videos, please do share them. Please make sure to hit the like button, comment down below. It's the only way that we can keep them going. This is one of our most popular series so far, and I want to keep it that way. I know some people might get sick of seeing the Civil War, but I never do. I could play Civil War games for days and days and days, and I would never get sick of them. So I'm hoping you guys feel the same, and look at all the supplies we had. If we ever had trouble with supplies before, we certainly don't now. Let's see what these boys are doing, getting Foreman up there. I don't want him to get shot, but you know what? Things happen in war, and right now his job is to scout this area as soon as possible. If you guys heard that little ding, that's actually one of our Pride of Nations videos just ending. Actually, it's our 30 Years War video. And if you guys like those videos too, let me know in the comments down below. Again, it's hard to find people to watch AG Odds. I know it's a complicated game, but I love it. I love the series, and I hope you guys feel the same. So there we go. Already got some rebels, some skirmishers. The hell do you boys think you're doing? And what we're going to do what we did at the Battle of Fredericksburg, which worked out really well. Actually, it may not have been the Battle of Fredericksburg. I apologize if it wasn't. And we're going to create a little fire zone right here for any rebels that decide to get too close. Now, the fact that they're attacking us uphill means to me that they're pretty desperate. But another thing that's scary is, look at that. They're about to take one of our supply wagons with the Louisiana 32nd as well as the Alabama boys. So I am going to have to send some men over there to take a look. And we can see, look at how many men are coming from Tennessee to take shots at our men. Thankfully, we've got some cannons here. I definitely want to take Gross and set them up right there. And however many men we can get to defend this area, I think it's going to be important because they're definitely going to take those supplies. There's no way that they can outrun them. And maybe those cannons will be better used essentially defending this area from the rebel attack. There we go, supplies surrendered. We've got plenty of them, but it's not good to lose supplies. So I want to make those Louisiana boys pay and maybe even send up guys like Stanley to make it even harder for them to cross this river. I think they're all going to take that river crossing. I might even bring up some, who knows, some artillery, but Gross, Stanley, I don't care if they're how should I put this, behind enemy lines. We're going to keep them there, and Foreman is just kind of watching the area. It does look like there's a Confederate brigade on the way, though, to tackle him, so I'm going to move him over here. I don't want to lose Foreman, but some of the guys may try to come through here as well. So we just want to be prepared, and we're sending our strongest brigades to take on the Confederates. And look at that. The Louisiana boys just took right off. There's more Tennessee boys on the way, and I think they're going to take right off as well as soon as they realize the danger of approaching this area. We're even going to move this cannon unit over here, kind of on top of the hill, and just wait for these guys to cross the river. Moving away, I'm glad we moved away from that area. I don't think we would have held very long, and even if we did, kind of seems like not very useful, but look at that. Maybe we can retake our supplies. Come on, boys. Go, go, go. Get the supplies. Get the supplies. Come on, get them, get them, get them. There we go. We got them. We got them. Go, go, go. Get back to base right now. Okay, we're going to keep these guys here. I'm actually going to keep one of these boys aimed that way. Fertile. So many damn strange names during the Civil War. I mean, really. These parents really failed their children. We're going to take Harker and also move them up here by the woods, just in case the enemy decides to attack. And look at that. They actually managed to make our cavalry run, and they killed our supply wagon. Lieutenant Colonel, I didn't even see the name, but clearly he's having some trouble. And we want to come to his aid as quickly as possible. And also the fact that these guys are crossing at such a dangerous location gives us a perfect opportunity to really let them have it. And that's exactly what we're doing. But look at this. We've got some more Confederates approaching. They've got artillery. We better be prepared for this, my friends. We better be prepared. Let's take Beatty as well. We've got Shepard still here, ready to defend, as well as Scribner, who did a great job in our last episode. If you haven't seen that episode, you definitely should. And we're going to go ahead and take on these Georgia boys. Looks like the Tennessee boys had enough sense to pull back, and those Georgia boys are gone. They're not coming back to the battle. No way and no how. They are finished with the fight, and God bless them for it. Makes our job a little bit easier. So maybe moving some guys into these woods wouldn't be a bad idea. Sort of a second line of defense. Not to mention, we might be able to take out some of those cannons. So I'm actually going to take Scribner here, and I'm going to move down and try to take out those artillery pieces. Yeah, that artillery is no fun. Well, artillery is never really fun, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't do too much damage. In this case, even that tiny bit of artillery they have is really hurting us. I'm glad that we damaged this army pretty badly last turn, and I'm hoping that's going to be enough to really hurt the enemy. In fact, look at that. Supply wagon coming right on top of our men. Oh, we're definitely going to deal with that. See if Scherer can do a little kamikaze charge to take out Scott. I wish we had more cavalry, but we really don't. And I'm also hoping we don't get a flanking shot on our own cavalry units. Come on, boys. Oh, there's that flanking shot. Hoping the trees will protect us. But Scherer, you're doing this for the good of the Union. Come on, Scherer. Have some morale, you bastard. I don't blame him. I wouldn't charge there anyway. Myself. I mean, that looks pretty deadly. So there we go. We got some Tennessee boys. They're coming from all directions here to take this area. A lot of supply wagons. Want to make sure that Shepard gets a good shot. We'll bring Beatty through as well as sort of a reserve unit over here. And let's see if the Indiana boys can have enough fight to continue attacking. Sorry about that, guys. My father's birthday is today, January 16th. In fact, in where your time zone is, it's probably past January 16th, but he called and I just had to say hello. Like I told many of you, I got my new apartment, so I'm very, very happy about that. And look at that. We just sent some more Confederates reeling, but I've got to pay attention to these guys across the river. Look at that. They're crossing. They're taking the bait, and I'm so glad you guys suggested do not try and stay up here. It would have been no point to it, I don't think. What we're going to do is we're going to engage these guys right here in combat and just try to make them regret ever crossing this river. In fact, I'm even going to send Stanley here because it looks to me like these guys are not really crossing on the east side, which allows us to really throw as much lead downwind as we can to defeat this Confederate force in front of us. Gross is getting some amazing shots. Fife is getting some amazing shots against these Mississippi boys. But we've also got to watch this eastern flank. I mean, we know these rebels. They know how to fight. I mean, we've been in several campaigns with them, and look at that perfect opportunity to get some shots on their artillery, and you better bet I'm going to take it. Although I don't want to take Starkweather. I want them to stay right there. Although they've also routed one of our own men. But look at that. We've routed Scott and sending one of their artillery bits reeling. And I think without artillery, I don't think these Confederates can break through. That's why I'm putting so much emphasis on trying to crush these artillery units right here and make sure that they do not get them. Get a nice Union victory in Tennessee. We are probably going to have to lose some men in this initial attack just to take out that artillery, but I think it's worth it. I think these boys up here can pretty much hold the line. There we go. Darden is running. Now let's focus on the Tennessee boys. Done a good job, rebels, but I just don't think it's going to happen for you. I don't know why these supplies are so close. Doesn't seem to me to be a great idea, but look at that. Any rebels that are crossing here, they're floating down the river. They are just not going to make it through here. And there is definitely some good advice from, I guess you could say, from the objectives to try and keep these guys across the river. But staying over here, I just don't think that would have been a good idea. And I think you guys gave me great advice and suggested that I was right and that that was just a terrible idea. And I'm glad you agreed with me. My generals, my centurions, always give the best advice, and that's why I love my subscribers so damn much. Well, that and the fact that you guys sometimes do share my videos. Not always, but a lot of you do, and I appreciate it. A lot of you share them a lot, and if I've retweeted any of you, I just want to say I can't remember all of you, but I have so much respect for people that retweet me. And David Burrows as well. I want to just give a shout out to him. He's awesome. I believe he said he was an author earlier. I missed one of his messages, and I couldn't respond, and I felt so terrible. David, if you are the author that posted the message, please leave your book here. I will absolutely allow you to share your book on my streams, and I really want to read it myself when I get the chance, because well, I love good literature, and particularly literature that has to do with the Civil War. Now I'm thinking we probably don't want to send Shepard forward. Now we're taking their bait. We're just going to stay here in the woods. There's no reason for us to move forward when they're so weak. Let's actually grab Price and move him over here to the woods too. And these supplies, it looks like almost just a diversion while we're focusing on the enemy here. Look at that. Look how many dead rebels we've got. They are probably definitely regretting this particular attack. Oh yeah, and even our artillery is making them regret that attack. If I can, let's see, our cavalry's long since dead. Because I wanted to see if we could spot any of them and maybe cause some more damage. So here we go, Alabama Brigade. We got Shepard moving in here on the Tennessee Brigade. We just don't want these guys getting close to Nashville Pike East or Nashville Pike West. They're trying their darndest, but it's not going to happen. It looks like some of them are even going to get desperate and try to cross here. The Mississippi boys. We'll face them. They do have an uphill advantage, but with 236 men, I mean, we've definitely given these guys a pounding they will never forget. Here we go. Move forward, boys. Some nasty flanking shots there. I think that's enemy artillery. We may be getting a little too close here. I definitely don't want our guys crossing, but looks like they're going to try to cross around here with the Mississippi and make our lives a little bit harder. More Tennessee men approaching. Let them fly, boys. Let them fly for Lincoln and liberty. All right, we got a lack of ammo here. We got more than enough supply wagons to give them ammo, so we're going to move these guys right here. I'm glad we kept Stanley here. We could probably steal those supplies if we had a cavalry unit. Hell, we could even probably steal those supplies with a infantry unit, but I'm not leaving this area. This is what we're supposed to hold, and that's where we're staying. It's that simple. Try to get a flanking shot with Price. We got to be careful with Beatty and Shepard, and I'm actually going to bring McCook out here to give them some morale. There we go. Get the hell out of here. We've got the cover of the woods. And those rebels are definitely feeling the pain. Look at that. It looks like the whole rebel army is pulling back here. I might be trying to think of a new way to approach us. I'm definitely not going to take the bait. I want to stay put. So we're just going to stay put right there. Stay put with Price as well. I don't want him going anywhere. If they want to approach our lines, they can feel free to do so, but it's not going to end well for them. And there we go. It looks like the Louisiana boys, they're desperate. They're going to try to charge across. Not a good idea. They're just going to get blasted. All these guys have are supplies, and as far as I know, quartermasters aren't very good fighters. I'm sure there's examples. Of course, I don't want to put down quartermasters. I think the job of a quartermaster is just as complicated as the job of a soldier, and a quartermaster is a soldier after all. But in this case, those quartermasters are not going to change this battle. They're not going to be able to do much to take this position by any means. And we once again have a beautiful hornet's nest here, where any rebels approaching are getting blasted into oblivion by our men. So we're going to put Harker here. He can probably take on the Mississippi boys. And there we go. The Louisiana boys ain't coming any closer. Oh, that is delicious. It's got some premium quality cider. Well, I'm not going to give you guys the name. That's just a little bit too much product placement. But I'm here in Italy, obviously. And I went to a bar. I paid, since I got into my new apartment, I decided to celebrate. I paid €10 for 2 bottles. But it was worth it. I mean, this cider is probably the best I've had. Well, what the hell? It's called Bulmer's Original, 1887. And boy, is it delicious. And I usually don't even like cider. I thought I was buying pale ale. And I guess I screwed up, but you know what? I don't feel the slightest bit bad about that mess up. And so far, guys, I mean, they haven't even gotten close, which is just amazing. It looks like moving those guys back was the perfect idea. I don't even care that we're taking some artillery shots. We can pretty much deal with it. Hopefully, this will be the last part of the battle, and we get a victory, a major victory here at Stones River. They haven't touched us. Of course, we've got some poor Federals that have fallen, but fallen bravely. And I do hope they'll be remembered. By the way, guys, I created a new, I guess you could call it a group of videos. What's it called? I'm forgetting my English here in Europe. It's unbelievable. A new playlist. Finally. Good job, everybody. You finally got it. A new playlist where I'm putting all the major battles of the Civil War. So I'm going to start putting battles like this in there, as well as our regular Ultimate General Civil War channel, our Ultimate General Civil War playlist. And I'm going to try to fit some more battles in there, because I think it's really important to make sure that that we get several major battles. We've had a few that I put up here that aren't campaigns. They're just major battles. And I think it would bring a lot of interest, especially if any of you guys are part of any Civil War groups on Facebook or any other social media. It always helps to share my channel. I mean, if you guys believe in me, anything can happen. And I really mean that. And at this point, I'm saying this has to be the end of the battle, because there's no way the Confederates have anything else to throw at us unless they just want to throw away the lives of more of their men. So let's hope that this is indeed the end of the battle itself. They're trying to bring that artillery up, but nope, they're moving right back. I think they've realized that this position is untenable, and that is a victory at Stones River, my friends. Look at that. We lost 14,206 men. The enemy lost 23,935. I'd say that's pretty awesome. We fulfilled all goals, every single one of them. So we did a really great job. Say Miller, Haskell, and Stanley got the most kills. We do have to take our hats off for James Negley and James Fife, who passed away, colonel and a brigadier general. But most of these guys got promoted. I wish we were playing a campaign, because these guys would all be promoted to major ranks, which is pretty amazing. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and thank you so much for being an awesome part of the Agrippa Max NH channel. Take care, and have an awesome day.